Day 164 of This Is the Police. Groundwater spill threatens Freeburg with flooding. Black handsome hairdresser promoters mistaken for drug dealers, and homeless banned from rail station. The police are not happy with me, and neither is the mayor. Let's see what happens next. Mitchell didn't come to work today. I drank too much. Don't think I could hold it together. You drank too much yesterday. No. Oh my goodness, all these alcoholics. All these alcoholics. Bob Farber turned out to be a member of the gang known as Snow Warriors. Could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Let's see here. Start to investigate. Let's put Wolf on the job. Let's put everybody on this one. Funeral, Tyler Robbins. Buried with military honors, Alice Crosby. He is not in town today. Hello, I've been staying at the motel with my sweetie, having a little fun and relaxing, you know. Then we saw a creepy guy with a scar on his face coming out of the next room. I recognized the guy right away, because I've seen him like 5 times on TV. His picture's all over the news. He's suspected of murdering a bunch of people. He's still here, but you better hurry. So let us send Mazza and Johnson. Don't die, Mazza. Or Johnson. Let's see here. Labor market, I have room for 1. Let's see here. Let's do red on B if we can. Yes, red on B. And let's just roll through the day, because teacher bit a boy on his face because he was biting the other children. The police are on the phone with the children's mother. Come arrest this menace or I'll shoot her like a mad dog. Let's see here. Let's send 1, 2. 2 greens. Man, what is this? The clouds are... It's a different day. Investigation has started. Got all these investigations open. Need to arrest the suspects on this one. But can we... Who do we got on here? Got a bunch of red. Let's put a Casey on this one as well. Let's see here. Can I take... It's all red. Man, all my detectives are red. Alright. Requesting backup. Okay, dokie. Telemarketer lured Claire Dick to a clinic for a free rejuvenation procedure. She arrived at 2 o'clock and received various injections. Afterwards, her whole body was swollen, her muscles went numb, and her face trembled with unbearable pain. Moreover, the clinic is requiring her to pay the full amount of $500 for the procedure. She doesn't have that kind of money, so they insist she'll have to pay in installments. Huh? I am so confused here. Very confused. Child abuse. Got that one taken care of. The man was robbed by 2 thugs armed with nunchucks. One came from behind and hit me in the back of the knees, and the other struck me right in the nose. I didn't pass out, but near enough. They took all my money and just walked away slowly. Cecil. I don't remember ever meeting a Cecil. He was drunk. Doesn't surprise me. And when they're drunk, I might as well not even, like, have them. 11, 10, I got nobody to do anything for you. Whoa! All those reds are dead. 13, 10, what? Okay. Gravely voiced, Miss Adams just phoned with a new demand. They're brazen black virgins spreading their infection right there in the broad daylight. Remove them from the street, I'm afraid. for our health. And then let's also see this one. Cleaner was mopping her boss's office and found a strange bundle of wires sticking out from under the table. I'm afraid to even move, whispered the woman. Let's send the paddy wagon, and will they take just 2? They will take 2. Is anybody going to make it back in time for this one? 2 guys with nunchucks are calmly walking down the street. Hey ninja wannabes, throw down your toys. It worked! Ninja wannabes. It's probably nothing, so I'm not going to worry about it. Please be nothing. Just a mess of wires, nuts, and bolts pushed into a piece of soap. Apparently someone from the office was playing a practical joke. Thank God it was a practical joke. Aye, aye, aye. I'm a ninja. Other woman barricaded herself in the room with medication, started swallowing everything she could get her hands on. The nurse says she can't break down the door on her own. 11. Handing out flyers for a hairdresser salon. Huh.
112 in progress.
Wow. Wonder if I could hire all for Robespierre. Wonder if it's possible. Passerby saw a car drive up onto the curb, knock over a trash can, and sped off swerving down the road. You've got to deal with this drunk driving. There's children walking around. God bummer. Today is not the day to arrest. And God bomber! God bomber! Oh! God bomber! Gay is gonna be so upset. Oh my goodness! He's gonna be so upset. Even though you guys had your differences, I know deep down inside, he was gay for you. Ah! Somebody else died. 3 new frames. This is ridiculous. The world is coming to an end. All these people are acting ridiculous. What is going on? God bomber. God bomber. We're going to think of you. Oh, I'm so upset about God bomber. Way more than I should be. Way more than I should be. It's a stupid game, and I'm upset about it. Ugh. Fine. God bomber. Leave us. Leave us. God bomber. I don't want to declare you dead. I don't want to. Ugh. So many dead today. End of the day. Please give us some story. Okay. I decided to stop wearing my fancy younger man's clothes.
Mr. Boyd, there's some armed men on the floor. Mr. Boyd, there's a lot of them.
Armed men like police officers?
I didn't catch that. Say again?
And today is the day where it all culminates.
Excuse me, Mr. Boyd. It seems I accidentally frightened your secretary. Ah, they publish these stories in a book? My grandfather read me these stories from the old newspapers whenever I was ill. As a child, I was often ill, several times a year.
What's he doing? That's
And
my
you know
book.
what, Mr. Boyd? You're no Bobby Flash.
I am aware of that.
No. I mean it as a compliment. You want to clean up all the crime in Freeburg, right?
Or so I dreamed, once upon a time.
Do you know why you failed, Mr. Boyd? Do you know why Bobby Flash always wins? Because when you're surrounded by cartoon criminals, the only way to win is to become a cartoon cop. You're no cartoon, Mr. Boyd. You suffer too much. You have too many doubts, too much fear, too much internal conflict. Maybe that's why the people of this city forgive all your mistakes, because you seem like a real human being. If Bobby Flash made a mistake, we'd never forgive him. From Bobby Flash, we want cold, calculated perfection, and this is why I've decided that I don't mind if you keep your job.
What, have you abandoned your insane plan to storm the city hall?
You think it insane? To solve all my problems in a single stroke, assuming, of course, that we're properly prepared.
Let's say we do burn City Hall to the ground and kill Rogers. What next? You simply walk into the smoke-filled room and take a seat in his smoldering chair?
No, Mr. Boyd. I've been preparing for a year for what happens next. I'll give the prosecutor's office an impressive folder with compromising evidence against Rogers. Information about how he suppressed his political adversaries, finally lost his mind, and plotted to rain blood on the streets of Freeburg. Of course, Troy Starr, faithful City Hall employee that he is, will easily confirm all this. At the same time, my dear Jordan will finally decide to break her silence and tell everyone how that fool Rogers threatened her, forced her to kill all the victims of his sexual violence to ensure their unpleasant stories would never come to light. Of course, everyone will understand that we didn't have time for formal complaints. The night before Mayor Rogers' private security detail would plunge the city into chaos, our valiant police chief Jack Boyd made the difficult decision to arrest the mayor of Freeburg. Unfortunately, Rogers descended into delusion and engaged in a shootout with the police, which ended in his death. We'll have to call an early election to replace the mayor, and of course, it won't be too difficult to win the election fairly.
This is some Batman and Robin stuff. Like Gotham.
And then?
You know, Mr. Boyd, most of the facts that I collected in Rogers' file are quite true. Anyone who reads through the mountain of evidence would have no doubt that this man was the most vile person in the world. Murderer, a rapist, thief, racist, sexist. Are you a sexist, Mr. Boyd?
I'm sorry?
Are you a sexist, Mr. Boyd? Or perhaps racist?
I try not to be.
That's it. I as well. Although I have long been known under a revolutionary pseudonym, I myself am no revolutionary. I believe in evolution. I am convinced that a city which offers such broad support for racist gangs, a city where people cheer as feminist protests are suppressed, a city which for decades has tolerated corrupt officials, I say this city has no interest in a mayor who unconditionally stands for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. Not yet. But perhaps they are ready for a mayor who tries to stand for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. At least when the situation allows it. That's why you're so popular, Mr. Boyd. The city is ready for people like you and me, for people who are ready to make compromises. I'm counting on you, Mr. Boyd.
That's all we can do is try.
And, when will they be ready?
I beg your pardon?
You said that the city isn't ready for a mayor who stands for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. When will they be ready? Who decides when they're ready?
I'll decide.
The devil you know or the devil you don't? It's the decision. The decision. I'm leaning towards Chaffee. Just because he is the revolutionary and Rogers was never been nice to me. Rogers I don't think has any desire to be good. Chaffee wants to be good and he's willing to be bad to get it. That's the only, but he's willing to be bad to stay. I'm going to support Chaffee. That's my decision, and we're sticking to it. So, we had to make some decisions there, y'all, just like we have to do in real life sometimes. But we will see what happens with these decisions. Coming up on This Is the Police, starring Etari Living Sacrifice.